3.141592653589793 2384624 3383 279502884197169399 375105820974944 5923078620899
The irrational number pi was calculated by Archimedes to 4 decimal points of accuracy around 250 BC. However, the Babylonians and Sumerians had used approximations of pi for centuries before that. The Feynman point is the name given to the position in the decimal expansion of pi where a sequence of 6 consecutive nines first appears. It is named after the physicist Richard Feynman, who allegedly joked that he would like to memorize the digits of pi up to that point and then say and so on. The Feynman point occurs at the 762 digit after the decimal point, which is much earlier than expected by Chan.
And we'll talk more about that later. So let's just take a look at what we got here. I call it finding repeating sequences in the first 1,000 digits of pi, and there they are. And I'll just point out the Feynman point. It's 999999. And that is the only 6-digit sequence that repeats. So I started with 5 digits. This program will search through all of the digits for patterns, sequential repeats, beginning with 5 digits. The first will be 14159. And it'll search through the entire 1,000 and tell us how many repeats there are. Then it'll look for repeats of 41592. Then it'll look for repeats of 15926, and it'll continue all the way through that. So it has actually done the search and found 7 5-digit duplicates and tells us how many times each one was repeated. You'll notice that 99999 is right there and right there, and it's repeated twice. So let's click again and find the 4 digits. There were 42 4-digit duplicates. The program tells you how many times it was repeated. For example, 2019 was repeated 3 times, and so was 8253 repeated 3 times, and 9999, there it is again, was repeated 3 times. So let's go on to the 3 digits. There are 364 3-digit duplicates, and here are the first 60 of the 364. As long as I had this 1,000 digits of pi displayed, I just didn't have room to put in 364 3 digits. But I did do a search for the 2 digits, and it found 899 2-digit sequences, far too many for the screen to hold. So we'll just leave it at 3. I did do a little research how I could fit 900 2-digit sequences onto the page, and I would have had to make them only 5 pixels high in order to get them all on there. And that would be after deleting all of this. All you have been able to see is a little smudge, a little gray smudge. So it's best that we just leave it at 3 digits, and here are the first 60 of them. And thank you so much for watching.